What's up, Brewing peeps? Brewing Daddy's back, and we are going to be bottling up our golden orange ale that we brewed a few weeks ago. It's in our fermenter. It's been 2 weeks now, and it is ready to go into the bottles. So what we got going on here, we got 12 bottles, even though we know we're not going to fill 12 of them up. We got 12 in our sanitizer, so they're all soaking in our iodine solution. We got 12 bottle caps, which we're going to throw in. And we also got our capper here. We got our fizz drops. We're using Mangrove Jacks. We got our bottle filler. Got our fermenter elevated up on a 5-gallon bucket. And we got a nice clean towel here to put everything on. I'm gonna go ahead and get this down in here, and I'm gonna make sure that it's full of solution. So you just gotta make sure you depress the bottom of the plunger while you're submerging it. So I'll work on that. We're gonna let this sit in here about 10 minutes or so and soak real good. We'll pull everything out and air dry it. While we are waiting for all that to happen, we were gonna be drinking a little bit of Tortuga banana rum. We're out of beer. We're gonna drink up all of our stock, so we're having to improvise and kind of make a homemade cocktail here. So we got to pick this up in the Cayman Islands. Really good stuff. We got a bottle of the golden rum. We got a bottle of the coconut rum. Coconut rum's already gone, and then we got a bottle of the banana rum, and it's almost gone, but it makes up some really good drinks. We picked that up in the Cayman Islands. Believe it or not, we got 3 bottles like this for $40, which was a really good deal. And got it mixed up with a little bit of Sprite, and it's a perfect little drink. But anyways, not a beer, but hey, sometimes you got to make do with what you got around the house. So we're going to let all this soak good. We'll come back here in about 10 minutes. We'll hook up our bottling tube, and we'll start filling these bottles up. We'll see you then. Our bottles have been in here for about 10 minutes. We're going to go ahead and drain everything out. And like I said, we did 12. I'm probably going to need but maybe around 10 of these. Got slightly over a gallon. Gallon mark's right there, so it's going to be about 10, maybe 11, but probably 10. Well, we haven't bottled in a while, so it's going to be like learning all over again. I don't think we forgot how to bottle. The best part is yet to come, though, the drinking. Can't wait to try this one out. This beer turned out a little bit cloudy, cloudier than I thought it would be. I was expecting this to be pretty clear, but I did strain all the, it's a good thing I strained all the particles out, because it would have been really bad if I wouldn't have done that. So good thinking on my part to do that. And I guess because of the type of brew and the way this is made, especially with the orange peel, you're going to have some cloudiness to it. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put the fizz drops in after I fill them. That way I'm not wasting any of them. And we'll let these air dry for a few minutes. Actually, you really don't have to do that with the solution. The solution's fine. Just going straight to bottling. It's a no rinse solution. Some folks prefer to let them air dry, but for me, it's not a big deal. That's all our caps. Should have 12 there. All right, so this is full, as you can see. It is full of solution, top to bottom, all the way right up to here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the end of this, depress it inside the 5-gallon bucket, and I'm gonna let all that solution drain out. It's draining right now. I'm gonna get it all out. There we go. It's out. So now we just want to get this on. And it's been a while since I've used this tube, so it's probably going to be stubborn. There we go. All right, so we're ready to go. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let this air dry just for a couple minutes and we'll come back and then we'll start filling. But I'm gonna let it air dry for a little bit first. I don't wanna jump the gun. I usually do let it air dry for about 10-15 minutes, but so there's not so much solution. And I did a pretty good job of making sure everything was out of the bottles. But we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so and we'll start filling them up. All right, so we're back. It's been about 10 minutes. We've kind of rearranged everything here so we can have some space to work. We're going to go ahead and turn on our spout here. We're also going to pull out our airlock. And just set it up there. And we'll start filling our bottles here. Pretty cloudy, as you can see. Got a good bit of cloudiness going on here. Haven't smelled it yet to see what the smell, if it smells right, but it did bubble like it's supposed to. There was some carbonation. It was releasing quite a bit of carbon dioxide the first couple of days. And everything looks right. And we filled these all the way up to around there. Pull the tube out and it'll drop down the right amount. Doesn't have much of a smell at all. It could be just me with my sinuses. I've had a sinus thing going on, so it could just be me. But it doesn't have much of a smell at all. Kind of surprising. Usually a beer like this will have some kind of little bit of a smell. It smelled really good when I was brewing it, so hopefully everything carbonated properly. Or everything will carbonate properly. Hopefully everything fermented properly, actually. But I'm so glad to be back to brewing. I really miss it. It is a great hobby, and I do enjoy it. I think this brew will be fine. If it tastes the way it smells, it's very mild. It's going to be a very mild brew because it does not have much of a smell at all. I don't recall what the percentage of alcohol for this one is, but I don't think it's very strong at all. It's on the weaker end. I'll say like around 4.5, somewhere around there. All right, so we're moving along pretty good. This is bottle number 3. And we're doing pretty good so far. I'm not going to fill them up all the way to the top. So we have some pretty decent sediment down here. It is about, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch or so. So that's good. I'm a little disappointed in the cloudiness. Kind of concerned because it should have cleared up a little more than that. So we will find out. We'll know when we crack one open if things went south on us. I will let these sit at least 2 weeks before I try them. I've actually found that these taste so much better when you can leave them for a little while longer. It sucks for me because I can't finish this video until I'm able to open one of these up. So doing pretty good. We might get 12 out of this or close to it. I think we're going to get 11. This is bottle number 5 and we're about halfway through. Depends on how bad it gets at the bottom there. I think we'll probably get 10 or 11 out of this. I'm thinking 11. And number 5, we won't get 12, but 11 is quite possible. If I wasn't filling them this full, I could definitely get 11. But I'm leaving the correct head space on them. I can smell it now. I'm starting to smell it a little bit. And it's actually getting a little clearer. Kind of strange. I guess maybe what I was pulling off at first had some sediment because your nozzle is, your spigot's right around, the bottom 1/4 of the fermenter. So you're going to pick up, initially you're going to pick up some trash. So it has cleared up a little bit. And I'm starting to smell it a little more. It smells pretty good, actually. Like I said, I've had a sinus thing going on, so I can't smell much of anything. So I'm going to be brewing some more. I'm planning actually to do another batch today. Haven't decided which one I'm going to do yet. But I am going to do a batch today. I'm actually going to be heading out on a cruise again. I'm always cruising, but I'm going to head out on a cruise in about 6 days. Down out of Tampa, going to be going on Carnival Paradise. And going back to one of my favorite cruise ports, Cozumel. And then we're also going to be stopping in Grand Cayman. Hopefully the weather holds out and we're able to go to both ports. Grand Cayman is a water shuttle port, so you have to have the water shuttle. And if the weather's bad, if it's rough and windy, and right now it's showing the weather's going to be 20 to 30 mile an hour winds. So if that holds up, then we may not be getting off the ship. And I hate that because I like that port, and I got some really fun things planned. Cozumel, I'm going to be visiting a resort called Paradise Island. It's an all-inclusive beachfront resort. Includes all your food and your drinks. Just pay a flat fee. It's like $60 per person. And it's a beautiful place. Great pools, awesome beach, lots of activities. And you know I'm going to be drinking plenty of Mexican beers. And trust me, I'm going to be sharing all those photos with you. It's starting to slow down here. And just a shameless plug for brewingcruise.com. If you want to join me this summer in June on Carnival Vista, one of the few ships that Carnival has that has a brewery on it. You can join me, and we're going to do a tour of the brewery there on Carnival Vista. And we're going to be visiting Aruba, Curacao, and Grand Turk. And man, there's a lot of good beers down there. Aruba has its own brewery. I can't remember the name of it. And Grand Turk has Turk's Head, and I've drank some of the Turk's Head beers, and they are really good. I like Turk's Head beer. Unfortunately, their brewery is not on the island I'm visiting. Their brewery is on Providenciales, and I'm gonna be on at Grand Turk. There's I think 3 main islands there. All right, so here we are. This is bottle 10. And we are at the bottom here, but I don't know. Depends on how bad I want to push it. We'll see where we're at when we finish here. But if you want to join me, or you're interested in doing your own thing, but you want to cruise on one of the Carnival ships, check out Brewing Cruise. You can still get info on other cruises that are available there on these ships that have breweries. And Carnival just had one come out. The Jubilee, it sells out of Texas, and it has a brewery on it. And it's one of their big ships. Haven't sailed on any of the big ones yet, but that's on my list to do, trust me. I'm gonna try to push this and get one more. It's behaving. Boy, it smells good. I'm finally smelling it, and it smells so good. We're gonna push this and get one more out of here. I know this is probably not the best thing to do, but you know what? The sediment is staying put. It's not floating up like it would. Normally it's staying put. And there is enough there that I think I can get one more beer, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I don't mind a little bit of yeasty in my beer. And it'll be a little yeasty, but that's okay. Man, I tell you, I didn't smell it at first. It was a little strange. But now I am really smelling it, and it is smelling good. All right. We're almost at the end of this. It's taking its good old time. We're definitely not getting any more out of this. All right, we're done. But that turned out pretty good. Pretty much what's left there is just the crud. That last brew is a little cloudy. It'll clear up. All that will settle down. So we got 11, and I was thinking it was going to be close to that. So Mangrove Jacks. These are a little different. They're not quite as big as the ones I've done before, but I think I'm gonna like these. They're not sticky. They're coated with something that, take a look at it. They're coated with something that makes them not sticky, which is nice. And they just drop right in. I may have to start buying these from here on out. So much easier than trying to force fizz drops in. And that one is a little bit bigger. And these are a good bit smaller than what I'm used to, but a lot easier. All right, so let's start capping here. And gosh, it's been a while since we've done this, so if I look a little awkward, it's because I haven't done it in a while. We're using orange because we did an orange, golden orange ale. So I like to color code my beers. At least I remembered to put the fizz drops in. It could have been a disaster if I didn't do that. I think there's been one time when I almost forgot and I caught myself. And I was filming too. I had to kind of backtrack and I was like, oh my God, I didn't put the fizz drops in. It smells pretty awesome. Gosh, this is gonna be a good beer. I can't wait to drink it. That's the best part about doing this is drinking your creation. You know, it may not be my recipe, but I did put all the effort into making it, and that's a good 90% of the job. I could come up with my own recipes, but I think it's more fun just trying all these various recipes that other people come up with. I just like trying all the different kinds of beers. A good excuse to make more beer. All right, so it was a good call doing 12 bottles. You never know. Sometimes I have gotten 12 before. You know, I had a couple batches, I had less evaporation. Now this batch when I brewed it had a lot of evaporation. All right, so we got 11 bottled up. They look really nice. We're gonna put these back in the box, put them in our area that we normally condition our bottles in. You're gonna wanna let these sit for at least 2 weeks. I'm probably gonna go a little longer than that. I may crack one open right at 2 weeks, but I'm not gonna drink all these right away, unfortunately. I wish I could, because I have absolutely none of my beer sitting around. It's all been drank. I need to do a couple of 5-gallon batches so I have some stock. Only problem with that is I like changing it up, and when I do a 5-gallon batch, I got 50 plus beers, and I only drink 3 or 4 at a time, and it'll take me a while to go through that many. But this is perfect. I love making a dozen or a gallon because you get 10 to 12, and usually 10-ish, 10 or 11. And that's just enough. You know, drink those a couple times and you're done with them, and you can try something else. And I'll mix it up. But all right, so we're gonna let these sit for 2 weeks. We'll be back in 2 weeks. We're gonna open one of these up. We're gonna pour it in a glass. We're gonna try it for you, and we're gonna see how it turned out. We'll see you then. All right, brewing peeps, it's been 2 weeks, and our orange golden ale has been in the bottle carbonating, and it should be ready to go. We got a frosted glass. We got our bottle opener here, and we're gonna pop it open and see how it turned out. Here we go. Now that's a good sign. Got that hiss, and that's exactly what you want to hear. And it did clear up quite a bit, as you can see. I don't know if you can tell from through the bottle, but it cleared up a lot. I was worried about that. Oh man, it smells good too. Looks nice. Beautiful. Crystal clear. Wow. And I was actually worried about this one being cloudy. Now I did notice there was quite a bit of sediment in the bottle at the bottom. But that's not a biggie. Man, this one turned out really beautiful here. Now I did pour a little bit of sediment out the bottle, but it's got some really good carbonation. Really nice aroma. You can see all the little bubbles there. Looks really good. A lot clearer than I thought it was going to be. It is a little bit hazy, but when I first started pouring it, it was really, really clear. And I did pour out. You can see there's a little bit left in there. I poured out a lot of the sediment, so that's why it got a little cloudy there. But man, I'm happy with that. Smells like orange. I'm sure this is going to taste wonderful. Let's try it. That's good. Definitely got a nice smooth orange flavor. Definitely on the mild side. Not much of a bite. And I don't think there was very much hops. There wasn't much hops in this recipe, and you can tell it's this very smooth ale. I like this. This is a good beer. It's got just a little bit of hint of a little bit of a bite, a little bit of a hoppiness to it, and that was that one batch of hops that we put in at the beginning of the boil. But very smooth, very citrusy. Kind of reminds me of fresh squished a little bit, but not a lot. It's a little bit different than fresh squished from Northern Brewer. Well, I would say mission accomplished. Look at that beautiful orange golden ale that we brewed up from Craft A Brew. I'm very pleased. I tell you what, the quality of their recipes is pretty good. This is a really good tasting beer. I'm not saying anything negative about Northern Brew or any of the other companies that I've brewed recipes for. This is my first time tasting anything from Craft A Brew, and I'm really surprised at how good it tastes. It tastes like I don't want to say production beer, but it tastes like something that was made by a professional. I'm definitely not a professional, but this is a good beer. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit the thumbs up. Please make sure you're subscribed to our channel so you get notifications of all the new videos coming out. We got a lot more beer to be brewed. And also check out our website, brewingdaddy.com. And don't forget to hit that link in our description for our sponsor, More Beer as well. Peace out. We'll see you next time.